Hey, cats and kittens.
Meow.
Meow. So I was listening to, oh gosh, what was it? I can't remember if it was on the radio or what. I think it was on the radio, and it was like worst date stories. It's
Oh
like
my God.
worst date and then hang up. And this one chick said, so I was at a first date. It was a first date story. She goes, I'm at this date with this dude, and he just looks across the table at me and goes, meow, meow. He starts meowing at her from across the table, like very like provocative, like meow. I don't know that he did the hands, but he was like meow. Could you imagine being on a first date with somebody and they're like meow?
Like, did you leave your furry costume at home or what?
Yeah, can I help you? Like, you dangle some string? Like, what's up with little catnip tea for you, my friend?
Yeah. It's like walk in and there's a kiddie play pool filled up with kitty litter.
Yeah, I don't have a bathroom. I just have an inflatable pool with some cat litter in it.
Yeah.
Here's a scoop. It's self-scooping. You can scoop your own.
Yeah, that's when if a woman does it, I don't know. I mean, but I don't know. Anybody does it just out of the blue, I'd be like, check, please.
I don't know. Like, I'll lean into some weird stuff, right? I can roll with it. I'd lean into that.
I'd have probably started barking and chasing him around the restaurant.
So, if you started barking at me, I'd be like, are you calling me a dog? What the
You're like,
I might go,
not your bitch, okay? I am not your bitch.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. So what you guys up to? I've been gone for a hot minute. Monica's been gone for a hot minute. I need you guys to fill me in. What did I miss?
No, you really don't.
Are you sure? Because I heard you were talking shit about me the other night, and if I listened to the stream, I'd kick asses.
Were we talking shit about her?
No, we're talking about how scared we are over her. That's what.
Yeah.
That's not what I heard.
What did you hear?
Because we mentioned the fact that neither one of us knew that it was like we both thought it was a last minute thing, and we were like, no, it's probably us. She probably told us straight up, and I just forgot completely about it. But I was like, I don't. And Tex was like, don't start saying shit. And I was like, no, I don't want snakes thrown on me. I'm good, man.
I got to go wrangle some snakes in this cold. I'd need a shovel.
Yeah. I'm every time I turn something over in the yard, like a log or something like that, I'm like, okay, what am I going to find? Not that you got to worry about them moving real fast, but.
Now, Jason's in the chat saying, too bad, Monica, you talk shit. I don't talk shit about you. Would you like me to? I can do that.
I guarantee you she talks shit about us too.
I do not. I love you guys.
Which is why you talk shit about us. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, but it's a playful shit.
It's a playful shit.
It's a meow.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
There we go.
So you need to catch us up on your adventures because
I wouldn't call the first part of the trip an adventure.
Well,
I can tell you the story.
What kind of an adventure it was. I didn't say it was a good one.
Well, isn't every day in life an adventure, if that's the case?
Absolutely.
Every day is a new adventure, isn't it? Because we don't know what's going to happen. So the first part of my trip was going out to California because I had to go out there for a funeral for my stepmother, who unfortunately passed. And she passed away in November, but didn't want to have the services because she had been cremated in the middle of holidays and have everybody associate that with the holidays. So we waited until this past week to do that, and we laid her to rest with my dad, which was great. I have an interesting family member who wrote me a handwritten bunch of letters that I'm having a difficult time reading. And I'll talk to you guys about that later because it's bizarre. But, it was a quick in and out in California. And then, I flew out Tuesday. I flew back Thursday night. And then I drove down to Dallas Friday morning, hopped in a car with my friend and drove 8 hours to New Orleans for the weekend. Because damn it, I ain't missing my New Orleans trip. And that was fun. I mean, we stayed in the French Quarter, and it was my friend Edward's first time in the city. So I got to walk him around the Garden District. First at night, because I love the architecture in the Garden District, and it's got a creepy vibe anyway. And at night, it's a whole different world. So I got to walk around with him at night, and we got to see all the beautiful homes. And I took him to Lafayette Cemetery No. 1, which I sent you the pictures while we were there.
Yeah.
So I'll share those here in a minute. And then. Yeah, the next day we hopped a streetcar into Bourbon Street and I like to go to the shops on Royal Street. I like to go to the antique galleries and the jewelry stores there. So that's what we did. And then we went and had dinner, and then we went back out to Bourbon Street where I proceeded to get completely trashed. It was interesting. My poor husband had to put a leash on me basically because I was all over the place. And where did I get trashed at? The dungeon. I just parked my butt on a stool, proceeded to drink myself into a hole for no reason. I never do that, but I did this time.
Okay, so the dungeon.
Yeah. It's a vampire bar, right? It's the dungeon. It's a pretty famous bar. Supposed to be a vampire bar. I hung out on the second floor because when you first walk in, it's a pretty narrow building. You first walk in, there's a bar right there. And it's, like I said, pretty narrow. So you hook a left and you hook another left and you go up the staircase. And I just jammed up the staircase. And then there's a larger room with the bar in the corner and then a separate room with a bar. Kind of an opening in between. The larger room has, I swear to God, it's a two-way mirror. And there's rumors about, it is a two-way mirror. And I've heard that, and I'm sure this is a touristy thing, but I've heard that like a vampire frequents that bar and they like to, watch from the two-way mirror what's going on in the crowd. And you're not allowed to take any kind of photos. You're not allowed to do anything like, you can't take video. You can't take photos inside the bar. Like, you put your phone away. You're not allowed to do any of that. And if they see you doing it, they'll grab your phone and make you delete it.
Isn't that where there's like a famous they're brothers, right? There's a bunch of stories about them in New Orleans, but they're vampire brothers.
Yeah, the ones from the 30s.
And that's like their spot. Like that's where they chill. Is that the dungeon?
Could be. When I was there, it was full of like kids, essentially. They're kids to me, like young adults. And there wasn't, you expect like a gothy dark, because it is dark and it's all black and red. There's red lights lighting up the second floor. And I think the first floor, there's some like white light, but it's mostly red light. And, by the time when we got there weren't that many people there.
Right.
Apparently I got there early. I didn't think I did, but I did. I'm not normal on the bar scene, so I don't know what time shit starts lighting up, but I think we rolled in like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and there was hardly anybody there, but it got packed later on. I don't remember the people because I wasn't checking people out. I was just busy drinking and, telling my husband I wanted to be a bartender there. and because I thought it would be cool. But Chris said that, as the night went on, a lot more people showed up. But he said, it was mostly the college kids because it was formal weekend. This past weekend was formal weekend. I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it is for the colleges down there. And all of the college kids were out, like Friday night and Saturday night, like full black, like black tie attire. Like the dudes were wearing tuxes. The girls were wearing like evening gowns, like sparkly, next to nothing evening gowns. And I thought it was prom night, but I'm like, these kids are drinking. It can't be prom, like openly drinking. And they were going into clubs and stuff. I mean, they were all getting carded. So clearly they were of age. So it was clearly a college thing. Because when we went to dinner Friday night, the restaurant was packed full of kids in formal wear. And I'm like, it's early for prom. It's late for homecoming. I don't know what this is. And our server even said, I have no idea what's going on here. It must be a Greek thing because she's like, I went to college here. I don't know what's happening. But anyway, the cold front rolled through Saturday night. And I mean, I was layered up and freezing my butt off. And these girls were like hardly dressed. And I just couldn't imagine like how drunk you must be wandering Bourbon Street where, spaghetti strap chiffon dress is keeping you warm.
Damn it, I missed it. Son of a.
Yeah, you sure did, because they were all over the place. It was thick with college girls, that's for sure.
A lot of beads flying?
No, there weren't that many beads. There was saw a lot of puke. I didn't see a lot of beads.
Well, as long as none of it was your own, I think you're okay.
Yeah, no, I managed to keep it all in. So yeah, that's the gist of my weekend. Oh yeah, and then trying to find where we parked. My saint of a husband couldn't figure it out, so he and I were just wandering the blocks outside of Bourbon Street trying to figure out which parking garage we were in. And I at least I was cognizant enough to tell him, like, I am too drunk to be of any use to you. He left me on the street, first of all, like propped me against a wall. And I remember standing there against the wall, watching him walk across the street and into a hotel to ask the concierge where this particular parking garage was, which I happen to be leaning on, by the way. And, and I knew it was our parking garage. And I'm like, well, the gate is down on this side, but there has to be an entry because it's 24 hours. It's probably just around the corner. So I just wandered off around the corner. My husband said, he went in to ask a question and he turned around and Monica freaking wandered off. He thought I got kidnapped. He was freaking out, like screaming my name on the streets. And I'm like, I found the entrance to the parking garage. So I got yelled at for like 5 floors going. I went on an adventure.
Yeah, well, he should have put one of those retractable 20-foot leashes on you.
Right.
Somebody said they needed to air tag me. So that was it. I mean, it was a fast weekend. Sunday I was recuperating. My friend that was with me was smoking a certain e-pen, and he was, I guess, recovering from that, which I didn't think was a thing, but he just laid in bed all day.
Well, I think they have inserts you can put in, right, Joe?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They certainly do. Yeah, no, that ain't no joke, especially like some of the new stuff that they come out with on those. Like, I'll end up with a freaking hangover from a pen, like, no doubt.
Yeah, he did. So, like I said, I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it is. He'd wander out. Chris got up in the morning because my husband doesn't drink. So he got up and got us beignets and coffee. And I texted my friend, we got you beignets. So he wandered out to eat that. And then we just kind of laid there and watched. We watched the 2 episodes that are out for season 2 of the Mayfair Witches. And then I know you don't like it. And then I forget. He like wandered back to bed. Chris took a nap, and I was just laying there like flipping through channel. We just laid there all day. On Sunday, it was a wasted day. It was a wasted day.
Yeah, sometimes that's fun.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's not. Sometimes just getting away and doing nothing is just as good as getting away and going balls to the walls.
Right. See, my old butt just was hungover. I mean, let's just call it what it is, hungover. And I just had to lay there and like, because I woke up still drunk. I can tell you that.
That's when you put a little booze in your coffee first thing off. That's what I do.
That made me. I felt better after I ate a beignet.
I eat like a horse.
Huh?
When I'm hungover, I eat like a horse.
See, I don't. It used to be, my stomach would be a little upset, and I'd eat some yogurt and go, yeah, like giggle it off and move on with my day. No, can't do that anymore.
Well, I used to get home at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and get back up at 6 and go haul hay all day after drinking all night. But that don't happen anymore.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to
3 days to recoup if I pull one off.
Yeah, I didn't need a full 3 days, but I definitely it took me a minute. I
wake up and start drinking. Jen's like, what are you really the first thing you haven't been up 5 minutes and you're already pouring one up. I'm like, hell yeah.
That's how we roll. Yeah. I'm trying to, so on my drunken escapades, apparently I took several photos. At one point I announced that I wanted to take a walk and got up and walked out of the bar. So my husband was running out after me, and we wandered around, and I took a bunch of photos that I don't even remember taking.
I was disappointed. I didn't get any drunk text or calls or anything.
Well, yeah, I'm smarter than that.
I'm not.
I don't drunk text and call people anymore. I've learned my lesson with that. You're really drunk when you send drunk texts and then you reply to your own drunk texts. I've done that before. That's embarrassing when you realize what you did.
Yeah, Monica knows me. If I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I was so drunk, I deleted all my drunk texts while I was drunk. I have no idea who I texted.
Yeah, see, Breezy drunk texts me all the time. And I know how drunk he might be as to whether or not that conversation continues into the next day or it's just dropped like a lead brick, like a brick. Like no more discussions of whatever that was. There's no follow-up because he's deleted it. He doesn't.
Yeah, I deleted it along with my memory.
Let's see. So, you guys didn't do anything while I was gone? There was nothing cool to report?
Well, we did the speakeasy, Friday, and then when all that stuff blew in, was it Saturday night-ish? Sunday, I was going to go on Texas show, but anytime something like that blows in, like whether it's like heavy rains or front or even during the springtime, I don't know what it is, but it just clogs my whole face up. So like even tonight, like if y'all see like tears coming out of my eyes, I'm not crying, but like ever since then, like my face is just leaking everywhere. And it's more of a sinus thing. It's not like a cold or a flu type. It's whenever the weather changes suddenly like that. Like that's why I have a tent behind me right here, because I made the cat a little warm tent so she could hang out in there while it was all snowing and crap.
Aww.
Not that I like her. I don't like her, but
Oh yeah, you don't like her. That's it.
No, I sure don't. And now she's in heat, so
again?
No, the cat. But
know you mean the cat. I don't think you're talking about Jen.
oh, so yeah. So now I'm stuck with the. You made me a 10. Come on in, big boy.
Thanks for the 10. Wow. Yeah. I'm trying to find Chris's because Chris. Okay, so I took them on the Drunk Ass Ghost tour while I was there.
Awesome. Thank you. Bigfoot Michigan Rob.
Oh, BMR, thank you. And I am trying to find Chris's post where he took a really cool photo of the Lullery Mansion.
So, Rob says, Monica-tized.
Yeah, I got it back up and running.
Late liquor loot for B-Day. BMR found on YouTube. Books on Amazon.
Oh, do I need to put on my my hat? What is it? My marketing hat. Do I need to put on my marketing hat?
So it was your birthday.
It was.
Jason.
But he's talking about his books on YouTube.
Jason, I'm drinking 100 proof freaking Captain Morgan's because that's all I have. And it is, yeah. I keep forgetting. So if you catch me going, you know what?
Is that what that is?
Yes, it is.
See, I did that with Patron. I inhaled right as I was getting ready to take the shot.
Ooh.
And proceeded to cough for 15 minutes straight in front of all of my coworkers. That was fun. And there's a video of it somewhere. I hope never surfaces ever.
Well, the liquor store there, I guess, I don't know what was going down, but they were completely out of, and they're talking like a Specs, you know, so it's not like a mom and pop spot, but freaking all regular Captain Morgan's was gone. All regular Crown was gone. All regular Jim Beam, Jack Daniels was gone. Like all the popular ones were wiped out. Yeah. And so I bought a bottle of that Blackberry Crown for, you know, to sip on. Ugh. But we're down to the bottom end of it. So I left it for Jen. And I was like, no, I still got a little bit of 100 proof. But I keep forgetting that it's 100 proof. So I'm starting drinking like it's normal freaking Morgan's. And I'm like,
well, next time they're look, see if they got any Bullet or TX. Stuff's always good.
Yeah, the TX. Yeah, they were out of that and the Texas Crown. I don't know what happened. Like it was like, I think what it was because of the freeze. Everyone like went in and, you know, because I was watching people. We had a 1-day freeze. It was snow, like 2 inches of snow. And I was watching, I went to the convenience store. I watched the cat load up his entire back of his truck with waters. You know, like that. I don't know where that panic buying mentality, whenever it started, came in.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous.
Sparky says, I like Crown, but not the flavored ones. If you like, I'll tell you what is good. Vanilla Crown and Coke. That is dangerous stuff.
Yeah, that is dangerous.
So I was going to buy, I made the mistake at the liquor store, right? Because I was going to buy me some Texas Crown because I keep hearing it's pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. And I got that instead.
Okay. Yeah, it's Texas Crown, but it's the Reserve.
No, this is Grand Reserve Texas Select Club. It has nothing to do with Texas Crown.
Okay.
It's got a sherry finish to it.
That's weird because it comes in the same dang bottle. That's crazy.
I'm not impressed.
You're not impressed?
No, I'm not.
Oh. Yeah. Now, out of all the flavored Crowns, I'd have to say, not turn this into a drinking show, but the Mesquite Crown is really good. I don't know if you've had that one yet because it's not It's not like the other one. It's not so packed full of sugar. It just has a real nice smoked mesquite flavor to it.
Huh.
So it still holds on to that traditional Crown style without all the dang sugar, like the sour apple and the peach and all that.
Yeah, I tried the maple. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds gross.
Yeah, that one's... Yeah, whenever it's the next day, if you try to lift your shot glass off of the table and you have to literally stick it.
Finish off with it.
Yeah, that's much too much sugar.
Yeah, it tastes like cough medicine to me. It's nasty.
Yeah, see, I like cough medicine though. That's so yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
So let's see here. I'm going to show you guys some photos and then we'll talk about each one. But we got to start off with one that I took specifically for Tex, because I know if he was with us this weekend, that's where we would be.
Oh, absolutely.
The Cat's Meow Karaoke Entertainment. Let me tell you what. It was right next to the Hustlers Club. So if you don't like karaoke, there was a pole dancer next door you could go look at. So it was a good time for everybody, I think.
You all right with that?
Yeah, I think most people would be.
Right.
But here, and we can talk about it, is the Ursuline Convent. You guys know the story about the Ursuline Convent?
The Casket Girls.
The Casket Girls. So those upper windows there that are shuttered are where the vampire supposedly crawls out of at night.
Ooh.
Isn't that interesting? So, you know, the story of the Casket Girls. So, the Louisiana, the New Orleans area, back in the day when it was French owned, was a total sausage cart. Like there were hardly any girls there, and they were complaining to the King of France that there were no women to marry, right? And so he gathered up all these girls from orphanages and convents over in France and shipped them off to New Orleans to become brides for these pervs. And when the girls arrived, they were kind of sickly looking, like they weren't the cream of the crop, clearly. And they were carrying with them their trunks, right? But they were shaped, they were roughly the size of coffins. And there were rumors that they were caskets. So that's where a lot of people think that the vampires in New Orleans came from, whereas they came over with the Casket Girls, and that the attic there at the convent, because that's where the girls stayed until they were married off. That's where the girls left their caskets full of vampires, apparently. And that's where the vampires in New Orleans started. And it's rumored that those upper floor shutters there, you know, they're closed most of the time, but if you go there like really late or really early in the morning, one of the shutters or two of the shutters will be open, and that's supposedly the vampires leaving. So I was telling my friend that story, and when I took this photo, I was part of the Drunk Ass Ghost tour that I give, and he went out later on. It was about 3:30 in the morning. He was walking around with some chick, and he's like, one of the shutters in the corner window at the upper story, he goes, it was wide open. And he's like, he goes, I think it's on a timer. Like they put it on a timer. And I was like, yeah, okay. It's a timer or vampires. And I'm going to go with vampires because I want to. So, but that's the story of the Casket Girls and the Ursuline.
Are you allowed to go in there?
No. They do. I think they do hold weddings in there, but I don't believe it's open to the public. Like I couldn't just wander in there if I felt like it while I was doing the tour. But you know what was shocking to me is the number of ghost tours that were going on. Like,
really?
Yeah, and the stories they were telling weren't even accurate most of the time.
Huh.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they were just talking out their ass. But they had like 10 people gathered around them, and you could tell because they were either dressed up like vampires or pirates or vampire pirates.
Yep.
And they had like the docent wand, you know, the stick that you hold when you're giving it. They're all walking around with the docent stick, like giving shit information about the locations. The only one that sounded like kind of real was the Lullaby one. But I kept running across these dudes, and I was like, shit, I could be making money while I'm out here drunk on the streets.
That's what I see. That's what I wonder. I'd like to compare the amount of ghost tours and stuff like that before and after that movie Hatchet. Have y'all seen Hatchet with Kane Hodder? Because that's what that whole movie centers itself around is, them doing a ghost tour. So, and everyone knows it's prevalent, but if you've never been, the only thing you know about it is the movie. And oh wow, we can make because the dude ends up being a complete fake and fraud, and he's just like, dude, I just rented the boat for my cousin. I don't even know what I'm, So I'm wondering how many people went cha-ching,
Well, I think a lot of people noticed that the tours had been going on for a long time, and there's always been ghost tours, and this and that, but they noticed the popularity of it, and probably. The locals talk to each other. The people that were working it are like, we sell out. Like, I can't keep these, like, I've got more people asking for tickets than I have spots available. Because you can't have a mob of 50 people following you. You have to limit it to, 10 or less. And so I'm sure that they just talked amongst themselves and they're like, well, some easy money. I mean, if you live there, the stories. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
So, Monica, ain't that sweet?
What?
Put it on my Facebook too, just like I do yours.
Yes, I know. Because I keep getting notified that I'm live when I'm driving down the road. Or in the middle of a meeting. You're live. Our paranormal world is live now. She is?
3 in the morning. 3 in the morning lately.
Mm-mm.
You're right. Hey, Jen.
Hey, Jen. So
I think we talked about it before though, because that was one of the things that kind of divided me on the Casket Girl spot, right?
Right.
Is because apparently, like the door to the attic, like I guess the Pope. One of the things is like the Pope blessed like I forgot how many nails, like 300 something nails, silver nails, and he does it every so many years, and they shut the door or they nail the door shut to keep the vampires in the attic. But then there's the other half of it where they see the vampires crawling out of the window shutters.
Yeah, well,
so they're obviously not
nails ain't working.
Yeah, so they're not so are they either keeping them in there or are they actually
what is the silver nail gonna do that another nail is? I mean, unless you're physically touching the creature,
right? Yeah.
It's not creating a barrier. Well, it's not like red brick dust or salt or something. Yeah. That's a barrier.
Yeah, I think the thing is that they're silver and blessed by the Pope. That's the only. I don't know.
Well, it ain't working because those.
Yeah. Did you go by? Did you do the Count Saint Germain or any Anne Rice spot?
I did not get a chance. Well, I went to the house at the Mayfair Witches. I did that house because that was right down the street on Britannia. Because the house that I rented or the condo that I rented is on Britannia, and it's just right down the street from that in the Garden District. But I didn't get a chance to go by Anne Rice's house because my friend is a huge fan of vampire and vampire stories, but not Anne Rice specifically. So I had to drag him everywhere. That's not one of the places he has to go. Now, if Breezy was there, we would have swung by.
Yeah, I'd have had, well, definitely her grave for sure and her house. But I mean, filming locations, okay, man, I can dig it. But because she does have like specific addresses in the books to like Lestat's I forgot what they called it, not a mansion, but it's like in between a mansion and a Ritchie house, you know what I mean? But yeah, she's like, it's on the corner of blah 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 and blah blah blah, so I had definitely had to do my research and gone went and saw those. And then apparently I forgot who it was. Someone did they went after she passed. They went to go check out her house and got permission to go in. And she actually had a fully dressed corpse, like sitting in her living room that she bought from somebody.
Gross.
And yeah, it was like completely mummified, you know, like old, and but it was completely dressed and sitting in a chair. And it was like, yeah, that was one of the creepiest things.
Like some Chainsaw Massacre vibes.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I would have definitely at least had to take pictures of the outside of the house or something.
Well, yeah, I'd like their actual corpse house. That's creepy.
Yeah.
I wonder how true that is, though.
Well, the dude is a journalist, so I mean, I don't think there's too much of a slip between a cup and a lip, but who knows? I mean, with how everything goes, we talk about that all the time.
So my friend did go into a vampire shop. It was a total tourist thing. Like a really bad tourist thing. But they had this wine case that they were trapping the spirits of vampires in the wine bottles. And I mean, and she even said, she's like, it's a total,
right.
Just to spread more information about different vampires in the city. And he bought one. He bought one of the wine bottles. And she said, well, which vampire do you want? And he said, you pick. He said, dealer's choice, you pick. And I hadn't said anything about any specific vampire person, and he doesn't know like any of he just knows there's vampires there. And she picked Saint Germain for him, which was interesting. And she's like, do you know the story of Saint Germain? And I kept my mouth shut and say yes or no. I just stood there. And he's like, no, I don't. And she gave a very loose story about Saint Germain. She just said that he was a guy that showed up and was throwing all these parties, had a bunch of money, had a big nice house. He never was seen eating or drinking anything, and he disappeared one day. I mean, essentially that's what she said. She didn't like play it up. She didn't like give any kind of drama to it. She basically just said that to him.
I can dig it. Yeah, he was seen drinking, but only that weird.
Yeah, that weird
it was wine blood mix. Yeah,
but I mean, she didn't talk about how he was seen like 60 years later or anything like that. I was just like, that's not all of it. But okay. I mean, and at one point, like after we walked in, like half of Bourbon Street, I guess, tried to come in there, even though we were down like a side street. And she was very sweet, but like the shop was so small, they were only allowed to have 6 people or 5 people in there at a time. So she had to wait for, they all had to wait for Ed and I to walk off so that more people could come in and shop.
Right.
For wine bottles with trapped vampire souls on them. Which was interesting.
How do you go about trapping a vampire soul in a wine bottle?
Very careful.
Yeah. Very quickly, I would imagine. Do you put like a blessed wax on it? First of all, extract the soul from the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, according to Anne Rice.
How do you go about doing this? Yeah.
According to Anne Rice, what?
It's possible. I mean, remember Mim knocked the devil? So vampires do have souls, according to Anne Rice.
Everything has a soul.
Well, yeah, I know. But you think of vampires as,
I don't think of them as soulless.
No?
No, if you've got a personality, you got something going on.
Okay, I can see that.
That's why I think animals have them. Because there's a lot of people that would argue that animals don't, and I disagree with that strongly.
And I've been thinking about this here lately, and I think I said this somewhere because we were talking about it, and I think if you dream, you have a soul. I think that's where I draw the line.
Dreaming?
Yeah.
Chris doesn't dream. Does that mean he doesn't have one?
No, he dreams.
Just don't remember it.
So my cat's dream, your dog's dream.
Exactly.
You see them just
Yeah.
going after it while they're laying there. Just hustling through that field. Those little pauses of going.
Yeah. Yeah. My dog was laying in bed yesterday. Talking in his sleep. But it's funny when they do that real loud and they wake themselves up and they look around like, what the hell?
What was that? Did you hear that? My cat will meow itself awake, like meow, 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 meow.
Yeah.
Little poofy tail and everything.
Yeah,
So-
back when I used to partake in botanicals, so
Used to?
I used to. Dude, I couldn't dream to save my life, and then whenever I end up with being forced from that particular subject, like I was shocked. Like I'd wake up and I'd be like 2 or 3 times a night, like out of my mind, had no idea. Like I'm like, dude, I've never dreamt like this in my life. You know, it'd be like, yeah, because you can remember them now. Your short-term memory's kicking back in.
So Grandizer asked a good question. And my answer to that, Grand, is I don't have any new Rougarou stories, but there is a Rougarou Fest in Houma, which is southeast of New Orleans. And I am dying to go to this fest. So this September, I'm going to be dragging one or both of you down there with me because I got to go to the Rougarou Fest.
When in September?
Not 100%. It's not the same weekend as our conference. I think I looked at that already. And I could be wrong. It could be before September. It could be in October, or after September. It could be in October, but I want to say it's in September. But if you follow the Rougarou Festival Facebook page, they announce it every year. And they have a big party. They have a parade, like a Mardi Gras style parade. They have a queen of the Rougarou Festival on a float.
It's October 17th through 19th.
Okay.
That's right around my birthday.
Gotta go to the Rougarou Fest, and we can stop by New Orleans on the way.
Hell yeah.
You'll see.
You have. I'm only going to go on one condition.
What's that?
We enter you in the Rougarou Queen pageant.
I'm too old.
Yeah, not if you're looking at the picture I'm looking at.
Oh, well, she looked like a swamp hag. Texas got to share it.
I'll take care of
it. No way. If Elvira can still pull it off at 70, you got this, girl.
She's like 12.
What?
I mean, maybe the chick on the left I could do.
No, I'm talking about the one in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have my glasses on, but she looks kind of young.
You need to put your glasses on because that ain't a 12-year-old.
Well, I feel like I'm older than her, but yeah. Do I have to dress like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Do I have to? What's on her head? The fudge hill is that?
We'll just dress you up in your purge costume.
Yeah, that'll work. I'll be the Rougarou hunter.
Yeah, the blade Rougarou.
Yeah. Marie Laveau.
Let's see here. Oops.
How to enter my friend without her knowing.
Surprise.
Guess what, Monica? You got no choice. You got to go now. Rougarou Queen. There it is, right under pets in all capital letters.
Right?
Pick down these shots. You're going on stage in 10.
Well, apparently I wander off. So, and I was, according to my friend, yelling at the tour guides that they didn't know what the hell they were talking about.
Okay, so they're proud to pronounce Courtney Bennett will reign as the 2024 Rougarou Queen, a native of Morgan City and a resident of Houma since 1984.
When she was born?
She has children ages 13 and 6. She's been married for 18 years.
Okay, well, I got children aged 30 to 12. Oh, there we go. She looks good. Good for her.
When was she born? In 86?
That dress is struggling, though, man.
She was born in 86?
Well, not if she was a resident since 84.
Oh, yeah. I knew it was 80 early something. Okay.
Dig the wig. Holy hell.
That's cool.
That is.
Ooh.
There we go.
Now you're talking.
She's handing out jars of dirt. There we go.
That's
I
my
think
favorite.
cycled through.
That one and that one are my favorites.
Yeah, I like both of those.
You got her licked, Monica. You can do this.
I can do it. You guys are in charge of my costume, though.
I'll
Where
put
got your
Jen on
costume?
that.
Huh?
I'll put Jen on the costume.
Okay.
Yeah, she can, because she's like, what do I wear? I'm like, I don't give a shit. You're grown. You can pick
They
out
have
your-
Rougarou
You can do it.
convention.
Below
Below that.
Oh, right there.
Yep. Inside the Civic Center of Houma. So, gosh, I can't remember the name. I want to say it's Cajun Justice was a TV show that was on many years ago. And it took place in Houma. And they were always talking about the Rougarou on that. And they believe, like they 100%, like in the residents, 100% believe that there's Rougarou out there. Like the sheriff's department, it was the sheriff's department having to answer calls about Rougarous and barns, or somebody said the Rougarou was trying to break into their house. You want a booth?
Oh, bummer.
What?
Deadline is passed.
For next year?
Evidently.
For 2025?
Well, it says it is.
I don't believe it.
So you click on it, and that's what it tells you. It says
Maybe
the
they haven't
deadline,
updated it for this year.
the deadline to apply has passed.
Okay, well, when? Yeah, because I don't think they don't have 2025 up yet.
It's right here.
Well, that is, but I mean all the other info.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's all 2024. Okay.
I bet they haven't opened up registration yet. I'll dig into it. We could have a booth.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, neutra pardoning. Wow, we all need to let's pardon a bunch of overgrown rats. Yeah.
Pardon from what?
Because they're free for all.
Yeah.
You get paid. Yeah, you get paid per tail.
Do you really? Still?
Yeah. As far as I know. Yeah.
Huh.
There's still a bounty on them?
Yeah.
Huh.
I do believe.
Well, I know a lake in Texas where they make a lot of money.
Yeah, just about
That's
every
all
lake
you
is
hear. Help, help.
They're all over Texas now.
Yeah, they're all over East Texas.
Yeah. Well, they're down here too. So things to do.
All right, one more thing for us to do.
Folk Life Village. Ooh.
Renaissance Fest, basically.
Yeah. But folk life for who? The tourists? I mean, you go out in the swamps, you're going to see swamp shacks, you're going to see fishing shacks. Like, that's folk life.
Yeah, you're not getting
that's
breezy
everyday
out.
life. Yeah, down in the swamps.
You ain't getting breezy out in the swamp. There's no way.
Really? Swamps are pretty.
Because it's full of freaking everything I don't like. Skeeters, giant snakes, alligators. Because then, okay, say if I went to the swamp and then I got by a gator, and then someone goes, everyone in my life is going to go, well, what the hell is he doing out in the swamp? And then I'm going to feel like a dumbass, even though I'm dead.
I don't know. Living your life. Why would you feel dumb?
Because that's not my life.
Well, it's called an adventure. You got to go on an adventure, Breezy. Adventure out of your county.
Here comes the cat.
Is the door open?
He kicked it open.
Yeah, ninja cat.
Oh, shit.
Get off of my foot. Go on, get.
Let's see her. She'll pick her up.
Yeah, I know. Let's see if I can snatch her. That's freaking cat. Come here. She's hiding under the chair.
She's like,
if she comes out, I'll snatch you.
She'll come rub against your leg here in a minute.
I'm waiting for her to pick her up.
Well, she thinks that I'm going to kick her back out there. So
she's like, no. She's going to be elusive.
She's under the chair going, wow.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Pretty soon I'm going to feel the wrong. Yeah, pretty soon I'm going to feel the wrong end of her on my foot.
Snag her then. She's distracted.
Come here.
So you were asking what me and Breezy did while you were gone. I took up your time slots.
Okay.
We did the we had the flat Earth, hollow Earth conversation.
Good.
And it was a really good show. People they liked it a lot, man. It was really cool.
That's awesome. See, now Breezy was like that Donnie Cho.
He was all over me, man. So, but it was fun. I take it all in jest. I wasn't sore about it. I mean, like I said before, you gotta have thick skin to be a flat earther. You can't go into it if you know.
Have thick skin to do any of this because people come after you.
This is
left
true.
and right.
Grandizer says he asked me to wear a wig and try to sound like you, but it was a no to both.
Oh, come on, you can do it. Just got to take the glasses off and shave the beard, and you can shave the beard head and glue it and glue it on your head.
Yeah.
Or we can slap some lipstick on Breezy.
There you
go.
He's a good Monica stand-in.
You know what they say about lipstick on a pig, right?
Yeah, exactly. It ain't gonna happen.
Breezy, are you attending the conference?
Well, Monica's dragging me there according to whether I want to go or not. So I'm gonna be
he'll be there.
Either a willing participant or a victim,
or a hostage. He's going to be wearing. Yeah. This can go easy, or it can go down the hard way.
Now we will be at the San Antonio conference coming in March.
Yes, I need you to send me the dates in March because I keep hearing March and I can't remember.
It's the same weekend as the Cult Classics.
I still need it in writing because I don't even remember what weekend that is.
I want to say last weekend of March.
29th.
Okay. So yeah, if you're in Texas, come on down to San Antonio and see us. Breezy's going to be at, what is it?
The Cult Classics Convention in
Cult
Bastrop, Texas. Yeah.
Yep. And we're going to be at, what is it, Texas? Tex? Mr. Tex?
Oh, where we're going to be?
Yeah.
Oh, the Lone Star Paracon.
There we go.
Going to be the last one.
Really?
Yep, they're retiring.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep, the Kling brothers are retiring from everything paranormal.
Sure they are. Sure.
You ought to still drive out Saturday. I mean, it's only, 45 minutes away. Drive out Saturday night and come party with all the actors and actresses and stuff.
Hell yeah.
I'll get y'all in VIP.
Get me in a movie.
I don't want to miss that.
Yeah. Because we're doing, so like we said, Joe Bob Briggs is going to be out there, Rhonda Shear, USA Up All Night. Man, there's so many I can't even freaking remember them all. Jenna Jameson's going to be out there. I'm
going to walk out of there with so many interviews booked.
Yeah. The son from Poltergeist is going to be out there. The little boy at the clown,
Yeah.
And there's a ton of them to spit off. They just added Dante from all the Adam Sandler movies. Dante.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, he's gonna.
I love him. All right.
Yeah, he's gonna be there.
Water boy.
Yeah, doing the Frankenstein. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a good. It's gonna be more quality than quantity as far as some of the previous ones, because in others we did just a bunch of we'd have Frankenhooker out there, and those are great, don't get me wrong, but it's unless you were a specific 80s horror style, you wouldn't even know who that is,
right?
But but for people like us, but for other people, they're like, kids especially, and they're like, what's Frankenhooker? We're like, what do you mean, what's Frankenhooker? Stupid.
So me and while you were gone, me and Breezy had the bright idea, we're going to watch a movie, so we'll have a leg up on Monica one she hadn't seen, right?
Yeah.
And I tried, I don't know if he finished it, I tried to watch Irreversible.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with that one.
I'd seen it before. Yeah.
Do not. Do not watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just, when was it made?
It's it's not so much when, but where. And I think it's French.
Yeah, it's French.
It's French. So a lot of taboos to us aren't as taboo. So there's a bunch of extreme taboo. Yeah. So yeah, because when we were talking about it, I was like, isn't that the one who did it? I was like, isn't that Italian or something? And there's a chick in a hallway, in the subway. And
is that the one where she's assaulted?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't need to see that in graphic detail. We're good.
No.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I did see it on one of the streaming platforms, and I was like, I wonder. And then I looked at the thumbnail for the movie was her standing silhouetted in the subway tunnel. Mm-hmm. And I was like, ooh, I think I know which one that is. And then I started Googling it, and people were like, oh my God. And I was like, yeah, that's it. I don't need to see it.
Yeah, you almost want to erase your freaking Google history.
No doubt.
You're like, don't tag me. I don't enjoy that.
Yeah, I couldn't. No.
Yeah, it's a tough one to stomach. Just like any of those, Last House on the Left or Buckets of Blood or.
No, I made it through all this. I Spit on Your Graves. This one,
I Spit on Your Graves. Yeah,
this one was.
I Spit on Your Graves. Pretty. I mean, for me anyway, is pretty ugh.
This is even worse.
Yeah, Well, the original "I Spit on Your Grave" is, I think, a lot worse than the new one. A lot worse.
Yeah.
And then there's like 4 of them in that. Bless you.
Thank you.
In that, so Mother's Day, Run Bitch Run, Spit on Your Grave, and Buckets of Blood, and even Last House on the Left. But Last House on the Left's become more desensitized since everybody freaking watches it. But those are hard to watch movies on that aspect.
There's Revenge too, that is
Yeah.
on those same lines. But I liked that one. I mean, it's not enjoyable while those scenes are going on. You're just like, oh, like, do you have to show it? It can just be implied. Like, I get it.
Right.
The fact that she hunts them all down at the end, like that part, I'm like, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the redemption quality of it. You know, same with
you skin him in the desert and you keep him alive so that everything else kills him. I didn't kill him. All of the ranch things killed him.
Yeah, like Hills Have Eyes, stuff like that. Yeah. That's the redemption part is what makes it great, you know. Run Bitch Run actually though is it's the redemption factor happens, but then she realizes that she can't, there's no way she's gonna be able to go through life with the trauma. And so it ends with, you know, the most horrible of inevitables. You know what I mean? Not only do they get theirs, but she can't take it either. So that's one of those no one wins.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that sucks. What is this cat doing?
If you want to watch a good revenge flick, watch I Saw the Devil.
I Saw the Devil?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The original one, the Korean version.
Okay. Look at that sweet baby. Hello, little mama. Hello, little mama.
Go and get. Go to your mom. Leave me alone. Yeah, she hates Jen during this time. She can't, like, she'll straight up attack Jen and be like, "No, he's my man."
No, you can't have him. He's mine.
He's mine.
And I watched an absolute. Okay, the cast list was Burgess Meredith.
Cool.
Cindy from I can't remember her last name, from Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, Cindy Williams.
Yeah, Cindy Williams, and Larry Hagman, and it was directed by Larry Hagman.
Oh.
And a lot of faces that you'll recognize. And it was made in 1972, and it was Beware the Blob.
I saw you send that text out last night if anybody wanted to see it.
Yeah, it was absolutely awful. I'd seen it before, but it'd been a long, long time, and I'm like, oh God, this is horrible.
I'm trying to remember which one that is.
That is the sequel to The Blob.
Was it made in like the 70s?
72, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It's funny because one of the kills, the guy's actually watching the original Blob on TV.
That's such BS. Now, I did like the remake of The Blob.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah. Because that had some good effects in it.
It did. Yes, it did.
And then there's another. So I got bombarded with suggestions for a werewolves that's coming out because they're all practical effects. It's like less CGI and more practical effects. Have you guys seen the trailer for Werewolves?
Yes. Werewolves or werewolf? Or
wolves.
Yeah.
Plural.
A wolf man.
No. Werewolves.
I think I did, but it was probably one of those because I remember going, "Oh, werewolves," and on YouTube, I believe. And it's coming out soon, right?
Yeah, it's coming out real soon. But it's where one year, like during some supermoon, people just spontaneously turned into werewolves, right? And then they went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because I guess they remembered what they did. The hell was that?
Evidently, it came out December 6th.
Did really? Because it said, maybe I saw an old trailer where it was coming soon.
Well, this trailer's from 3 months ago, and it says in theaters December 6th.
I don't remember seeing it in my theater. Select theaters, maybe. But anyway, they like another supermoon's coming around, and they have some of the people that had spontaneously turned before in captivity, and you know how that goes. So anyway,
Yeah.
it's looked good, and it's all practical effects.
Yeah, a supermoon event has triggered a latent gene in every human on the planet, turning everyone who entered whatever to werewolves.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I'm gonna have to check it out then, because the trailer that I saw said coming soon, so, and I hadn't seen it in the theater, so I assumed that it was.
Well, those are practical effects.
Not all of them, but it's got a lot of practical effects. Because I mean, I don't know. The algorithms heard me bitching about FX and how much I like practical effects, and I really want practical effects in movies. And then I believe it was this one where everybody, because that's what made me watch a trailer. Oh, it's a werewolf movie, and it's practical effects.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this.
Yeah, I am too. Now that I know it's out.
Now I'm gonna have to find out where I can watch it at.
Somebody said they watched Them not that long ago. I loved Them, the giant ants.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched it not too long ago too. I think we had a conversation about that. I watched Food of the Gods also.
Ooh, that's one I need to see. Did you see the original or the remake?
Oh, the original.
Yeah.
And of course, me and you watched. What did me and you watch Day of the Triffids together, or
I wanted to.
Island of Terror. That's what we watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's been one of my favorite horror movies since I was a kid.
Day of the Triffids, I remember as a child, scared me. And have you ever seen the slime people?
I guess not.
You got to see the slime people. That scared me as a kid too, because I grew up in a very foggy area, obviously, you know, around San Francisco. And a lot of the movie is that the slime people create this fog that solidifies into a wall around the city, and then they go around like spearing people, but they come up like out of the sewers.
Ooh.
And that scared the bejeebus out of me as a kid, because, you know, I'm surrounded by fog a lot of the time.
So it's the fog meets Chud.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. And the fog still freaks me out. I remember I was driving down River Road I was coming up to Duncan's Mills, and that's going towards the coast. And the fog was a literal wall across the highway. Like sunny, bright, beautiful day, wall of fog, literal wall of fog. And I just stopped my car in the middle of the highway, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. And I turned around and went back the way I came.
See? Proof of flat Earth right there.
What? A wall of fog.
Oh, it's got Werewolves has got Lou Diamond Phillips in it.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know why he fell off. He was great and freaking, you know, not just Young Guns, but what was that other one? The Perfect Power, or the one where he was chasing like the demon dude that was jumping bodies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was good in all of his stuff.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah, I don't know why Lou Diamond fell off.
Well, you age and then Hollywood decides you're not useful anymore, so you get kicked to the curb. That's what it
It
is.
is true. It is
Sorry, you're not good looking enough anymore, so get out.
true. It's because he was native, man. That's what they did on
That's what
purpose,
it
man.
was.
Yeah, maybe it was absolute power, Mickey. And it was something like it's. I'd have to look it up, and I don't want to do that.
So you can, good grief, it's $20 to watch.
Are you kidding me?
It's on Google Play Movies, Fandango at Home, Amazon, and Apple TV.
Well, what freaking movie theater is it in? Werewolves, Fandango, AMC. Why does it think I'm in Plano? I'm not in Plano. Mm-hmm. All right, Cinemark, you do it. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What?
It's not playing anywhere near me. Well, I mean, it's been out since December 6th. I guess it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Now I'm pissed because I missed it.
Thanks, Sparkies. I appreciate that. Got an extra view on. He's playing it on mute, so I got an extra view.
Awesome. So you guys want to talk about anything else?
Well, how did you? You were going to show a picture of what was that? I think I interrupted you. You were showing a picture of like cemetery gates or something. Oh, yeah.
Lafayette Cemetery number 1. My phone camera is too good because it doesn't take shadowy photos anymore. Because it gathers all of the ambient light and makes it look like Twilight. I was able to get that.
Not Twilight.
Well, no, not the stupid movie.
Yeah, I know. I was double standarding it.
So yeah, that's Lafayette Cemetery number 1, which is in the middle, like smack in the middle of the Garden District. But it's closed. I couldn't get into it unless I wanted to potentially get arrested and scale the wall, which, I mean, if I had enough to drink, I might have tried.
I was going to say, all you need is a few more shots.
Well, there's an oak tree that like grows up and over like one of the crypts. And I was like, God damn, I could totally climb that.
Is there anyone interesting? Is there anyone interesting buried in there? Like that we would all know of?
Shit, I don't know. I didn't look that far into it. I just thought it was a cool cemetery that I want to get into. I love going into these old cemeteries, these old above ground cemeteries. Because, we went to City Park, and to get to City Park off of Highway 10, you basically drive through Greenwood Cemetery. And it's got all of the crypts. Of course, there's a gate, because it's a pretty busy road. But, there's all the crypts on either side of you, and they're pretty decent sized. And there's some really cool looking ones. Like there's one that's right at the cemetery gates for Greenwood. And it's a mound of dirt with the mausoleum kind of built into the mound. And at the top of it is this giant bronze elk statue. So it's just really cool. And then they have like a pyramid shaped mausoleum. They're all really cool. And I want to be buried in a mausoleum. And when I say I want a mausoleum, that's the stuff I'm talking about. This stuff is what I'm talking about. That right there. See? Like a little house. I want a little house for my dead body.
There you go.
And one of the guys I work with, his family has a mausoleum out there. And it's interesting because he said, they're built up on, I don't know, they're built up on pipes or pillars or something. He goes, and it's generational. So they will only open it once a year. Right. And then they'll push the coffins back, like as they deteriorate and crumble, they'll sweep them back and the bones like fall in and under the crypt.
Yeah,
so
like
a cat. Are you kidding me? Like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like when the
You
inn
end
is
up with a mass
full, the
grave.
inn is full.
So you end up with a mass grave under your mortuary.
Yeah. Like the bone, you're like on top of the bones of your ancestors. Like that's so, like that seems so disrespectful to me. I'm like, sorry, great grandma, got to make room for Uncle Bob.
Get out of the way.
Get in there with the chimney sweep, and just shove her old bones down under the crypt.
I said, move it. Don't get.
Yeah.
We got other people to put in here.
Yeah, I mean that seems so wrong and disrespectful. Like I said, when we're full up, we're full up. Like get your own mausoleum. 3 generations down, build another one.
Right. Put a clause on it.
Brian D says scariest horror movie of all time, Dirty Dancing. I couldn't agree more.
Hey, now I was a teenager when that came out, so I like it because it was a total chick flick.
I went to see that movie for one reason and one reason only.
Me too, but mine's totally inappropriate.
I'm pretty sure Texas was too.
Yeah. Yeah.
There
was a motive.
The girl you were taking to the movies, they wanted to go see it. That's why you went.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. I got bribed. I'll just put it that way.
Right?
Yeah, I went willingly. What year did that come out?
It was
88?
Was it that late?
Yeah, I was about 10. Yeah. I was about 10 years old.
87, close. 87. So I was 14 when that came out.
I was 19.
Yeah, my little hormonies were like, oh my gosh, I love that movie.
I was 9 and my girlfriend was like 12.
All right, playa.
I'm just being honest. Just being honest. And then she had to move back to her because she was down for the summer. She had to move back to wherever she was from, and I ended up dating her sister, who lived with her other parent. Yeah, and she was 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
Breezy was the man back in the day, huh?
I was trying to be.
You did all through your life. Playa Joe. Racking up them girls at the age of 9.
I was doing my best. I had to watch Dirty Dancing.
You know what that is?
What's that? That's not Saint Germain, is it?
No, that's not Saint Germain.
Oh yeah, because you didn't go there. Stupid Breezy. Roadhouse.
Keep up with it, Breezy. That is the Lullery Mansion.
Is that where you stayed?
Shit, no. That's a private residence. I believe it's for sale again. But yeah, that's where Madame Lullery mutilated all those people up in the attic.
Oh.
And the girl jumped off the roof, and that's what made the police investigate. And they found people in cages and arms broken and limbs set at weird angles, and her leg on his body kind of thing.
Yeah, see, that's another weird one because that's how the Saint Germain one goes. He was chasing the girl on the 2nd floor. She jumped off, and then that's how the cops got involved. Mm-hmm. So it makes me wonder how much I'm not discounting the fact at all, but it makes me wonder if some of these stories get merged into different stories. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because that sounds identical. I mean, except for the cages. That's
people were. Yeah, people were abusing the help. We'll say, left and right back then. So it wouldn't be. If you're seeing what everybody's being subjected to around you, would you jump off the roof or would you go back in and endure that?
Right.
Jump, probably. I'd roll the dice and.
Oh yeah. Well, and also there's actual police records of it. Police, I like how I said that. But yeah, actual police records of those accounts. So yeah, maybe it's not so common just to have a 2-story, because that was one of the first stacked cities.
I mean, that was like up on the top.
Oh, she's way up. Okay.
I mean, I don't know how she didn't hit that railing, but yeah, supposedly.
Very carefully.
I'm thinking I'm going to try to climb down before I jump.
Well, yeah, but she was being pursued by the lady of the house. She didn't just walk up there and dive.
Swan dive.
Yeah, and I don't even know if she was on this roof. I mean, I've heard where she was like on the garage roof. Like, I'm not sure, like if she was on that first ledge above the balcony or if she was way up on the top there. But yeah, my friend hadn't heard that story, and I was like, and she like bust out the carriage gates, and drove off. And I mean, there's some people think she went back to Paris, some people think she went up to St. Francisville.
Right.
But I was like, people that do that don't stop. They don't stop doing that. No. So wherever she went, there's a similar story, whether she got caught or not.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
they may go dormant for a while.
Yeah.
But
I don't even know how long they could stand to go dormant, because that's just like, like Dexter, that's a dark passenger in your ear the whole time.
Well, it depends on the person. I mean, look at BTK.
Mm-hmm.
He went dormant for what, a decade?
Yeah. It was longer than that, I thought.
It may have been longer than that. I mean, Gary Ridgway, he went dormant for a couple of 3 years when he got married to his
But did he really not do anything for that time, or did he just not get caught?
Or move location?
Well, yeah. He said that he was able to keep the urges at bay for those 3 years when they got married,
His poor wife. Like, what was he doing to keep those urges?
Well,
I said don't move.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually watched, speaking of on this level, a recent video on YouTube investigation of Zodiac. Oh. And this chick, her handle is Call Me Chris, but with K's, KLLMEKRISS. And she just might have cracked it. Like I was watching, I was like, I'm not seeing them.
I still think it's that guy from that other documentary where he was friending the family.
Yeah, yeah. The author, whatever his 3 name, author Lee something or whatever.
Yeah.
But there was this other dude that just recently came out, and he swears up and down that it was his grandpa, and he was on the list also. But he found a bunch of stuff after his grandpa passed away in the house that makes a pretty damn good link to it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, check it. I was gonna text you about it when I saw it, but I knew you were partying in New Orleans, so you're gonna be like,
send it to me anyway.
Yeah, I'll look it up tonight. Send it to
I could have watched it while I was laying there trying to recover on the couch the next day. Shutting all the curtains as the sun moved its way around the condo. I was like, ah.
All right.
Hiss at the light. So there is a picture that I took, which is also like, I think what I used for the show.
Oh, wow, Ristel. No, I haven't heard that. Jeez.
That's where I was drunk and don't even remember taking it. It's a pretty recent picture for a super drunk person.
Oh, hell yeah. It's very symmetrical.
It is, right? I mean, I was paying attention to the details.
Yeah, you got it from window to window.
I was leaning against something when I
just got lucky on one, I guess.
Ristel says, have you been keeping tabs on the Gilgo Beach killer? Now they're saying that his wife and daughter may have been involved in reports of cannibalism.
What? No, I hadn't heard that.
No, neither. I'm going to check into that. Wow.
See,
I hope not. I hope that's not the case. I really do.
that big building right there is proof of ancient civilization.
Oh yeah.
No way they built that with horse and buggy and no roads.
Who said there weren't roads?
There was like cobblestone dirt roads.
Have you been on cobblestones? That's a
Yeah,
road.
but you're not carrying that in a wooden wagon with horses. There's
Yeah,
no
you
way.
are.
No, just that clock piece alone, too big.
Okay.
I'm sticking to my story.
He's okay, Leprechaun Joe. he's holding to it.
I'm holding to it. Nothing you can do to change my mind.
Hey Jen.
Yeah, Jen wants to say.
Oh, she's taking her baby.
Yeah, right at the end, right?
Right. Did you text her to come get the cat?
Yeah, she was like, I'm just getting out of the shower. I'm like, well, she's staying then.
Granddaughter's
What?
Yeah, I was reading that too. I'm like,
hold on.
So I don't know if BMR saw that story I posted on Texas Front Porch about the guys in the Army who went AWOL to kill the Antichrist.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Something else I have to look into. Interesting.
I mean, sometimes you got to go AWOL to execute the Antichrist. I mean, they're saving humanity.
Yeah.
Like, it's not AWOL if you're saving the world.
right, yeah.
The Hatchet Man. Yeah, so that's one thing I did tell my friend about. That was part of my drunk ass ghost tour this go around that wasn't on my last one. Was the Axeman of New Orleans. I had to tell my friend the story of that. Like, he was going around terrorizing New Orleans, breaking into homes, killing people with axes, seemingly at random. And he had the city in such a fear state that he wrote into the newspaper and said, on this night, if I do not hear jazz coming out of every building in the city, I'm going to break into the one that doesn't have it. I'm going to kill everybody inside. Mm-hmm. So on that night, they were hiring jazz bands left and right. And there was jazz music playing all night in those homes. And he didn't kill that night. And he also is another serial killer that just kind of disappeared. You know, nobody really knows what happened, but there were similar killings in Austin, you know, around that time. So I think that he probably just relocated. And they were the chambermaid killings or something like that.
Yeah.
Just like right after Jack the Ripper, the similar killings in New York City, like similar MO.
Right. But I mean, not to drag anything out, but have y'all heard, or what do y'all think of, if you have, that the Jack the Ripper thing transferred over to the H.H. Holmes thing? Y'all heard about that?
Jack the Ripper, H.H. Holmes?
Yeah, because like during like Jack the Ripper's, whenever he kind of like disappeared off the map, that's when the H.H. Holmes thing came in Chicago.
You know, that's a plausible story, but their MOs are so different.
Yeah.
So different. Jack was a real hands-on, you know, stabby kind of guy, whereas H.H. Holmes was just sadistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were both like amateur surgeons, and like I think they did find a kind of a dissection surgery kind of a thing, you know, whenever they found the house or the murder mansion or whatever they call it.
Well, and according to some reports, there's evidence that H.H. Holmes had been in the UK during the Jack the Ripper stuff, and that he left right after it quit.
Oh, so like it couldn't have, it might have been not originated there and then came here, but was here, then went there, went across the pond to do the deed.
Because H.H. Holmes fled when they got on his trail. He fled down here to Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. And
that's where he messed up.
Yeah. Well, they didn't run him out of here for murder or anything. They ran him out of here for check fraud.
Yeah,
but
it was like
all you want, but don't write bad checks.
Yeah, but he had built another murder house with improvements down here in Fort Worth, Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was check fraud over. I think it was buying horses or something, wasn't it? I believe so. It had something to do with livestock. Yeah. And Texas don't play when it comes to livestock.
Nope.
It's like writing a hot check for a car back then.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, the MOs are so drastically different.
Yeah,
so different.
He would H.H. Holmes. I mean, he would like just kill people in different ways and watch them die, and then put them in the basement and burn the bodies.
Well, I mean, he built the mazes and all the different things. Like he was into torturing them.
Yeah.
Whereas Jack the Ripper was just like, you know.
Yeah.
Jason Fish is like, I got a Hatchet Man tattoo. Yeah, I do too. Sorry, I was
almost time to go. I just need to.
Well, I mean, we were talking about unsolved cases and serial killers have just kind of disappeared. Look at the the Phantom Killer out of Texarkana.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
They never caught him.
Nope, they didn't. God bless it. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get. I thought I had loaded my book, but I don't see it in my images.
You called Daisy Darker?
No.
Got a Bigfoot Hatchet Man tattoo? That's cool, dude.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool. I got a Bigfoot Hatchet Man Christmas ornament. I put on the tree every year.
Where the hell did this go? There it is. JPEG, yay! All right.
I got my Elvira Christmas ornament my son gave.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
I haven't even unboxed it yet. Kind of don't want to.
You don't want to?
I probably asked you before, Tex, but have you read the memoirs?
No, not yet.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh yeah, we talked about it. That's right.
Yeah, I want to. I need to find it.
Okay, so my book recommendation, Monica's book recommendation this week is it's my book recommendation considering the week I've had because I had to go to the funeral and because death is an old friend for me. He's been there like since a fairly young age. Like I've had death around me for a long time. And this book is The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury. Yeah. Who is an excellent author, as you know. But the Halloween book is a young, I wouldn't call it a children's book, but I'd call it a young adult's book. But if you have children that potentially are going to be exposed to death, this is a good book for children to read to understand death a little better because our culture shies away from death and aging. And what this book is a group of friends, and they're about 13 years old. On Halloween night, they go out to go trick-or-treating, and one of their friends doesn't join them. So they go to their friend Pip, his house, and he says he doesn't feel well. He's holding his side. He's in a lot of pain. And he's like, I can't go out tonight. And they didn't want to trick-or-treat without their friends because it's a very close group of boys. And he's like, go out, have fun. You know, he's the kind-hearted friend. Pip is the kind-hearted friend. He's always there for everybody. He's really upbeat. He's a great friend. and they're disappointed that he can't go out with them. Well, these boys head out on their trick-or-treats, and they're all dressed in different costumes. One's a gargoyle, one's a witch, one's a skeleton, one's a mummy. And they happen upon this house with a giant tree in the yard with jack-o'-lanterns all over it. And they meet the owner of the house, Shroud Mound. I can't remember the guy's name. Carapace, clavicle, mound shroud, or something like that. But anyway, this guy takes them on this journey through time. And they go to ancient Egypt, they go to ancient Greece, they go to Paris when the Notre Dame was being built, and they go to the Dia de los Muertos in Mexico. And he shows them death customs for all of the different eras and how each culture embraced and dealt with death. And he's basically teaching the boys about death. And it's a great book about friendship and death and how to get a good grip on it, because it's a difficult subject to talk about. And it's something, like I said, that our culture shies away from, but it's a fact of life and we're all going to be exposed to it at some time. So it's a book that if you have young adults in your home, I would encourage you to encourage them to read it so that when they are exposed to it, if they hadn't been already, they have a better understanding of it. And the ending, they did turn it into a Hanna-Barbera like feature-length movie, I want to say in the early 90s. The ending of the cartoon is completely different. It's a 180 from the ending of the book, but otherwise it follows it pretty well. And again, I can't recommend it enough. If you've got kids in your house, it's something that we all need to face at some time or another. But it's A Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury, and it's a beautiful book in my opinion. So I really recommend that one.
Okay.
Rock on.
Cool.
Speaking of Ray Bradbury, who occasionally directed pieces of the Twilight Zone, and earlier we were talking about Burgess Meredith. So, breezy fun fact: Burgess Meredith was the most replayed actor in the Twilight Zone series as a main lead. He was cool. He was in more of them as a main person than anybody else out of the entire series.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And I will say that the made-for-TV movie, the cartoon, is narrated by Ray Bradbury. He's the narrator for it, which is pretty cool. And Leonard Nimoy, I believe, is the voice of Mound Shroud. And yeah, it's, again, like I recommend the book over the cartoon, but, watch either one. Just know that the cartoon's ending is definitely sadder than the book's ending. Anybody else?
Anybody?
Going once, going twice?
No.
Okay, well, thanks everybody in the chat for tuning in. Make sure you join us tomorrow night over on Breezy's channel. And then Tex is all over the place. It's all Tex all the time.
Yeah,
you can't miss it. And
we got Rob's show tomorrow night or Saturday night.
Are you going to be on Rob's show with me?
It depends. I haven't talked to the boss to see what she wants to do this weekend. So
gotcha. Well, yeah, I'll be on with Breezy tomorrow night. I'll be on with Rob on Saturday. Josh Turner hit me up because he forgot. He forgot that I was only available Tuesday and Wednesday this week, which I'm kind of glad he forgot because I was really tired from traveling. Yeah, I went to bed early the last few nights. So I think I might be on PRT or his podcast, rather. Not on PRT, but his podcast.
Gotcha.
Monday. So we'll see how that pans out. But thanks everybody for tuning in again. And from me and Joe and Tex, we say